burning up my time for I'm up to so this is that kind of messed me up a bit. But this here and now is our regular stream. I'll be trying to stream in the same slot next week. The 2 weeks after I might not be able to stream in the usual time slot due to travel to and from social things, but hopefully I will be able to. So to catch people up if they haven't been watching our previous episodes, I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress is an absolutely fantastic colony simulator. One of the genesis of the genre. It is a deep, complex, and rewarding game. A huge amount of detailed systems. It's absolutely fantastic. It is the brainchild of Dwarf Games, which is Zach and John Adams, are being kind of the main creative ones. And just the depth and breadth of this game system is unparalleled. In terms of gameplay, if you play RimWorld, it's got a lot of DNA involved with it. It's grid, square system, and focus on materials and mining. It's a simulator. It's heavy influence by Minecraft. It's been so foundational for video games. It's one of the reasons I started playing it. And in a couple of years ago on Steam, it had a visual release. I'll just so you can see me. Had a Steam release to help generate funding for Dwarf Games with Kitbox Publishing, and within that was included a tile set and a bunch of mechanical updates, but principally updates to user interface. There's a tile set that was included with it, which was something that you couldn't previously do, but the experience was expected to be ASCII graphics. More mouse support was added. Previously it was mostly controlled with arrow keys, and yeah, so that's the version I'm going to be playing here. The fortress in particular that we have founded as part of this is Bolt Tongs, Alatholin, which I need to work out how to pronounce that A with the circle. I think that's Icelandic, that phoneme. And it is a reclamation of a fortress that was procedurally generated when we created the world, and then was destroyed by a bandit group. So I have embarked into this location. We have dug down. We have started to establish some kind of civilization out here again. And we've had some people die from my mistakes, and we've had some new migrants arrive in that intervening time. So we've got a lot of bits and pieces done. So we're into early summer. Just wait for there we go. We're into early summer of the year 251. So 250 was our starting year. We got here in early spring 250. So we've been here for just over a year. Our population is 40, and our dwarves are mostly satisfied. Things I'm going to be trying to focus on tonight. Hello Emily, thank you very much for popping in. I'm doing well. Focusing on, first of all, moving industry and functional working spaces further underground. Just started the stream. Thank you very much for checking in. we're going to be, what was I? Yeah, moving our industry from the surface where it's a little bit exposed to wild animals and enemies that might want to come and do us some harm, and move it further underground. Might try and set up a little bit more defense at the surface. I might also try and put a second squad of military dwarves in with crossbows, because we currently have no ranged weaponry. And if we start having giant spider problems again, I'm going to want to be able to fight them off from a distance, avoid the horrible webs. And then I'd like to look into what we can do to make our dwarves happier. There's a whole bunch of things we can be doing to make that work and to make that keep that going. But those are going to be our main focuses here. And if there is time, asking me where I'm from, I am from England. I'm streaming from England. I'm currently living in the southwest of England. That's not where I'm from. That's not where this accent is from. So that's when I'm talking about the times. So times of the stream, for example, started at just about 7 o'clock. I'm going to be aiming it to finish at about 9 o'clock my time. So that's in just about 2 hours. Cool. So going to be trying to do that when also protecting, not losing any more dwarves to silly mistakes. It has been a hot minute. I haven't opened the save file outside of this stream, so because it's been 2 weeks since this is the last streamed, I'm just going to quickly reacquaint myself with what's going on. The game. So I do, but I don't stream it generally. I'm trying to. I'm enjoying streaming, but I want to keep it contained. I don't want it to take over the rest of my life. I've got other things that I want to be doing with the rest of my time. I do wargaming. I play video games with my fiance, who doesn't want to have that same that kind of structure and that demand on their time. I play a lot of Destiny. I play some Warframe. I play various and sundry other things that catch my eye. But Dwarf Fortress is the game that I wanted to stream, largely because I was having conversations with my friends, and we were talking about Dwarf Fortress. They were trying to deal with situations that I'd either worked out solutions to or seen tutorials that solutions to. And so I was able to help them and describe, but words aren't always the easiest way to come up with a solution for these things. So Amelie's asking in the chat what game is my favourite game. That's a tricky one to answer, really. If we're looking at just time played, it's almost certainly Destiny. But that's almost like a dependency sometimes, rather than something I actually enjoy. There's a lot of games that I've got a lot out of and kind of just think about now and then. It depends a lot on the mood. It depends a lot on what I'm feeling like. Like I keep coming back to No Man's Sky, which is a really odd thing to say, but every 6 to 8 months or so I'll sit and I'll play it for like 3 hours a day for 2 months. And then uninstall it, and then because I burn out on it, put it down, go and do other things and then I'll come back. So saying your favourite game is Minecraft. Again, Minecraft is a thing that I've sunk hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours into. But I just don't. I'm just not feeling it at the moment, so I'm playing other stuff. Thank you. Saying that seems like a pretty good stream. Well, we haven't done anything in game yet. It's all just been me doing explaining and setup. So reserve your opinions. So we've got this cave crocodile here, which might be menacing some dwarves if I'm not careful. What other things have we got going on? Let's look at creatures. Got a lot of caged wild animals because those cage traps have been doing work. Got some giant flies up on the surface. Ask if I stream daily? No. So this is a weekly stream. I stream on Mondays from 7 until 9. I work full time. I have other commitments that I need to do. And so I don't have the time. I don't feel like I can assign the time to do daily streaming. Maybe one day I'll be streaming more, but as it stands, this slot is the slot I stream in. Thank you for if you want to hit that follow button, if you want to hit. I think I've still got the links in the channel description. I'd have to double check. But if you want to follow me on follow or subscribe, whatever it's called, on YouTube, I upload all of my stream VODs to YouTube as well. In case this is an awkward time for you to watch live. So yeah, like and subscribe. Do all those good streaming audience things, I guess. So yeah, we've got these giant flies, which I'm less worried about, but this cave crocodile could be a problem. An angry cave crocodile can do serious damage to a dwarf. How am I looking at military? I've got equipment. Need to get some more shields together. So let's give you a kill order on that cave crocodile, just so I don't have to worry about it. Actually, let's change that setup, I think. Yeah. So I'm trying a thing here that I've seen done in other streams about with the layouts for central stairwells using a 3x3 5 stairwell thing. I think it's to reduce the amount of calculating that happens through route finding, rather than a completely coterminous. That's how I pronounce that setup. What else have I got? I've got all of this food industry up here. Hopefully we get some plant growth on this, because I'm wanting to use that for pasturing animals, but that might not be possible. We'll see. That I need to... because there is a hole in this roof, I'm pretty sure. So that's an upward slope. No, that is closed. There's just some other bits there that fell in upon arrival. Right, so there's the hospital I want to move downstairs. There's the barracks I want to move downstairs. I can probably leave wood industry up here. And I probably want to leave animal industry up here, but I could definitely move my stone and similar works down into so we've got these nice natural caverns here, and then we have so it has been asked before, Emily, whether I want to use artwork on my stream to attract more followers and viewers. Because this is this isn't the focus in my life. I haven't, I work full time. I don't have a huge amount of spare money. It's not something that I want to put money into at the moment, and I don't have any artistic skill. the splash screen at the start of the stream is pretty much the limit of my graphic design abilities. And I don't want to put something up that is so amateurish that it turns off people. I personally find nothing is better than bad, and I don't have the money for good. You can show me your portfolio. Please do. Can you, if you could, either direct message me direct message it to me here on Twitch or over on Twitter. I think my Twitter link is also in the thing. I will look at it when I'm not streaming. I do use Discord, but I use it for personal stuff rather than streaming stuff. Trying to keep that divide. Bedrooms. How many bedrooms do I have at the moment? Because I've got 40 dwarves. Places. Not all the bedrooms are claimed, so I think I can get away without making any more for the moment. Yeah, so let's... Yep, that's all finished up now. Cool. Just double checking that wall I had them build has actually been finished. So yeah, I'm going to set the barracks. I think that's the priority. So I don't need the barracks near the surface. I need the barracks. The danger is more down here. So I think what I'm going to do is... That's not how I do it. Is it? Yes, it is. Barracks. I'm going to set this space here, and then structure a wall. Block. Yep, that works. And I'll use that for training. I'll use it for the whole kit caboodle, why not? Furniture, bed. Have I got a work order set for beds? Can't remember. Yes, I do. Cool. Like, and a pretty new work order. Helmets and I have to use American spellings. Make a rock armor stand. Let's make 4 more. Those. Rock weapon rack. Let's make 4 of those. And archery. Oh no, those are just direct constructions these days, aren't they? Yeah. And what I could do is well, have I dug out much ores? I know I've still got this. Galena platinum. There's galena. There is some magnetite. Okay, that's something. Magnetite. Let's do 4 units of magnetite, for the sake of argument, so I can start making some some iron, some pig iron, some steel, and then some crossbows. Got that going on so that I can dump all that cobalt. So, so the long-term plan, this is going to continue to be my metalworking hall, and this space under here I'm planning to flood with magma. So I'd like this space here to, in the long term, be, you know, completely magma-proofed, and then flooded with magma so I can not have to worry about fuel. My underlying geology here is not conducive to most forms of, how do I put this? It's not conducive to a lot of fluxstone or a lot of coal. So I'm largely working in, well, so far actually, I'm largely working with the resources left over by the previous inhabitants. But when it comes to doing my own metalworking, I want to be working in magma as soon as possible. So this is the lowest cavern layer that I've found so far. I don't know if it's my second or my second or third. I don't have the instant recognizability of the colour of floor fungus because it's a dry layer, and so I don't know if it's a bug. I believe it is, but if you don't have any water sources on a layer in the thing. Hello, Seamus. First time chatters. Nice to have people. So yeah, I've got the cave crocodile under control. I've got the barracks there assigned, so I can unassign the other barracks. In fact, move that and set those for removal, and then I can down. I need a working hall for stone and stone industry, so let's make that here, because that's not going to interfere with my iron working, is it? Metal working. So, thing to do, dig out an equivalent space underneath. Let's just artistically keep the same columns. So this is going to be for stockpiling. Just again, gonna drop a stairwell to connect, and then workshops, mechanic shop, garnierite, and workshops. Where are you, stoneworker? In garnierite blocks. I've got a bunch of garnierite blocks because the flooring on this layer that was previously existing. Why the pillars? Just for aesthetics. Genuinely, if I'm clearing out the space above and below, might as well keep it. And a lot of this underground space, basically everything underground that's got the kind of a smoothed floor texture, was already here when I arrived, because I'm reclaiming a fortress that fell in World-Gen. Which is fantastic, because it means I don't have to dig out a billion bedrooms, but it also means I've got some space constraint, layout constraints, and I haven't generated a bunch of value by digging out space, because it was already dug out. Also led to some minor problems with tomb assignments, because whilst you can assign tomb zones that aren't underground, the dwarves won't bury dwarves in tombs that aren't underground, and all of this previously excavated space was considered open and outside, which is good because it means you don't get miasma, but it's bad because you have you know I had to dig out this stuff when I had a giant cave spider problem. But yes, that's why the pillars, aesthetics, pure aesthetics, just to match up. Right, let's unpause and let's see what happens. So I can bring those two dwarves down, removing all of these old metalsmith shops I don't need, because there is no reason for me to have 50 metalsmith shops. Let's check places just in case. I need more bedrooms. Not yet. Yep, so that looks like furniture, military, weapon rack, furniture, military, armor stand. So hang on, the ranger is hunting, the elkbird is fighting, ooh. Giant bone bolt. Elkbird's having trouble breathing. Okay, that's a good sign that this hunter is able to deal with that elkbird. I've struck orthoclase. Okay, that's not terribly exciting, but it is no ammunition. Okay. That's less good. Left upper leg, right upper leg, left lower leg, right lung. Okay. Oh, that's more worrisome. That there is suddenly a horde of elkbirds. I might need to get my dwarves in to make this less of a horrific situation. Get some people in there with metal armor. Oh. Suddenly they're running around. Smear of elkbird blood. Okay. I have dwarves in position. What are you even equipped with? That's Doran Bahal. Iron Scimitar. Okay. Fair enough. That's sword skill, isn't it? Not that you've done any training yet. I think I've assigned you since the. Okay, these elkbirds aren't going on the offense. That's good. If I move even closer, they're going to keep running. They are. Cool. So I can take you off that order. Strunk pink garnet. That's more like it. I haven't found much gems yet, largely because I haven't been doing much digging for the aforementioned reasons. But I've got those workshops built now, so I can remove that workshop, remove that workshop. Remove the stockpile. Dig too deep, I entirely agree. will be digging deeper, particularly once I've got the basics in place. I'll put it that way. Furniture, door, shelter. Where was I? And then I want to one thieving or mischievous creature. Thank you. Needs magnetite. You've got magnetite, I'm pretty sure. There's magnetite upstairs. Not enough of it, apparently. Let's cancel that one. I can definitely see some hematite there, so it's not hematite. Twice. Galena. Loads of galena. Well, I want to start working in lead. I'm going to have no problems. Okay, giant mob. No problem at all that. Random looking red lines around some stuff. So everything marked out with these kind of red lines, those are stockpiles. So that is where I've set things to be stored. Some of them are in a bit of random spaces. So, for example, the reasons why it looks a bit horrible in here is because I set a lot of this up whilst this was being excavated, because stones take a long time to be moved around. I might as well repaint these. And if I can come over here, paint a new stockpile. Bop. You can see, except customize this type. So this is going to be a stockpile for stone. It's going to be all other stones. So I don't want it to contain metal ores, because I've got those going somewhere else. I don't want it to contain any of the flux stones, which are diorite. No, all the flux stones are in economic. So I don't want it to contain raw coal, so bituminous coal or lignite, because those are going with the things. First time you've seen the GUI. Yeah, I find particularly the mouse support elements of it much more straightforward to use than the keyboard-based controls. I find the keyboard-based controls quite unintuitive, particularly when Tarn was adding new systems, and then because he's been thinking about it differently, has been putting things in different orders, like the way that the build menu and the construction menu were sequenced differently. Just really messed with my head a bit. Whereas this, it's all a lot more integrated. They've had a real think about how the UI works, and so everything feels, you've got the same kind of feeling to the game all the way through. I am going to put... Okay, no, they've got obsidian in the other stone section. That's good. Sometimes it's treated as an economic stone because you can make swords out of it. More of a macuital type thing. Not you putting claws, not putting clays. Sorted. So that is my rock stockpile, which is going to be pretty handy. So let's, whilst I'm thinking about stockpiles, and I've got some gems, let's custom gems, all rough gems. Yes, there are anvils just lying around, so I don't know if you've ever reclaimed a fallen fortress, like not a fortress you've built, but a ruin pre-existing. But when you do that, you come into a fortress and there's a bunch of stuff already built, and the stuff that's already built is mostly metalsmith forges, mostly the metalsmith shop. So I came into here with my 7 dwarves, and I had somewhere in the region of 120 metalsmiths forges. So I have, and they're using up space, they're taking up things, which is why I have up here, where is it? This anvil stockpile. So I have a stockpile that is just for anvils, so that once I am working in smelting, working in magma, and can have a forge just working on melting stuff down 24/7, I can just melt these anvils down for the iron and steel they're made out of. Elkbird is still fighting. Elkbird is having a bad time. Are you having an okay time? Yep, you're hauling an Elkbird corpse. Fantastic. Someone's become a wrestler, struck hematite. I like that. Does the hematite vein continue onwards? No. Galena does. Orthoclase and schist does. Cobaltite does. There's marble over here, which could come in handy. Where was I? Oh yes, gems. Set up a stockpile here for cut gems. And then workshops. Oh, hang on a second, something's just come into... Someone has decided to show their face. An ambush, drive them out. Okay, a giantess has snuck into my fortress somehow. Probably has been in here for a while, I just haven't found them. But this is... it takes something to be a giantess ambushing inside a dwarf hall. Let's see. Confirm. Because I don't know how well I'm set up for taking on something this scale. Pretty well. 1 injured citizen. Okay. Let's have a look at that combat log. So, attacks the wrestler. Wrestler stabs with the iron scimitar. Slashes with the iron scimitar. Charges the wrestler. Slaps. Stabs. Yep. Spears. And thank you, Raf. Rafja spilled every spots check there. Yeah, you'd have thought that somebody would have noticed the enormous giant or giantess sitting inside the dwarf hole. Especially considering that this area up here, this was where I originally had the tombs. That didn't work. So this is like the next room over. So I have 1 injured citizen, who is you, stunned, pain, injured. Ability to grasp somewhat impaired. Left upper arm is mangled beyond recognition. Left shoulder is mangled beyond recognition. That's not a great sign. So I'll leave the hospital where it is for now, because there I've got everything that I need technically to do unforbid that stuff. To do those types of things. So for stone to go, and then I can go back to the surface. Yep, that's all removed, that's all removed, that's... Diagnosis required. I do have a dwarf doing medical work. I need to work out how to make growth happen on that furrowed loam. I need to cut down some more trees. There's no trees on that layer. You, however, are a tree that's nearby. I need to set up something nearby here for cages as well, I fear. Right. Oh, there's a solution to that, isn't that? Tetrahedrite. Magnetite. Well, I need to dig out something for the to have cages close to my wild animal spaces. Anyway, no available traction bench. I thought I built a traction bench. Do I not have a traction bench? Oh, I have not. Okay, then let's fix that. Make a traction bench. I only need to make one of you. Just looking at the armor stockpile I've got that going there, because there's a lot of armor pre-existing in this fortress for some reason. Just absolutely ungodly quantities. Let's take these down as well, just to make sure I've got plenty of wood. I know there will be an available traction bench though. Workshops. Mechanics workshop. Yeah, you can see just equipment. That's the same for every. Seemed to be like the stockpile for the pre-existing fortress there. that digging out that magnetite vein should give me enough space to have an animals stockpile, proper animals stockpile. Make cheese fin completed. Today, nice. Dig out those gems. As well. Accept custom animals. All animals. Yeah, accept custom. Empty cages. That'll do for now. Migrants. Wonderful. Wonderful. Farmer's Guild's been established. Okay, that's potentially awkward. I think I can manage it by and large. Furniture, statue. If you're upset about not being able to admire art, let's just give you some more statues to look at. Right, need a guild hall for the Farmers Guild. Right, we can set that up. For the sake of argument, let's set you up there. You are a new guild hall. The Farmers Guild. Make bed has been completed. How are we doing on that traction bench, guys? We've got it built. Fantastic. I thought I'd get a notification first for that one. Can Furniture, traction bench. There. And I can do 2 more labours. Right. So I'm going to add a new work detail. So I'm finally going to create a masonry one. And you, it's showing the things twice, that's interesting. And you can show up in that one. And let's close that down. Open that up again. Right. Gutters, I've already got 2. Hunter. So don't really need another olive. Plant gatherers. Again, don't really need another one of. Stone cutters. I guess you could always use more stone cutters. Gravers. Orderlies. But that said, everyone does this job. Dealing with the troglodyte. There's a petition outstanding, which I thought I'd... Guild of Tweeting for a Farmers Guild. I thought I'd managed that. Locations... To build a guild hall. Okay. And these shale statues aren't doing it. Well, then let's do my usual trick. Let's set some tetrahedral ore, and let's do that 5 times for the sake of argument. So can we get some silver together? And also more beds. Ooh, native platinum, that could come in handy. Limestone is always useful. Get the gems out first though. And I guess at this point I probably want that tetrahedrite as well. got the traction bench built now. Wait, does it need to have a gap? What's... Construction, furniture, traction bench. If I put it there, that's still in the hospital. So nothing blocking it, nothing stopping it from working. Giant Kia is fighting. Great. Again with the giant Kias. So much work. Yeah. Serious creature. So yeah, it's how are they coming in? Is it literally just through that door, or is there a gap in the roof somewhere? I feel like there's a gap in my roof. So that's upward slope. So it's not... that's all fine. A lot of things being stopped by giant Kias. What else have I got here? Just heard hearing the howls of there are big animals going on.